Welcome to Secure the Bag. These are our week 10 NFL picks. It's your boy A-Dub.
And your boy Strizz. What's up, Slack family? Back at it. What's up?
What it do? We ready to knock it out of the box. You know what I'm saying? I can't believe here we are, week 10 of 18 weeks, right? So we're more than halfway through the season. And a lot of interesting results so far, but still like no emergence of like a super dominant team, right? We talked on Tuesday's big show about maybe that's the Ravens, but I would be curious to see for our slackers, and we'll continue to have the conversation of like who's the scariest team in the NFL right now.
Yeah,
I'm curious to see if somebody emerges as that like big dominant threat over this second half of the season, but we're going to keep trying to keep it locked in. We bring you our pick 'em, like our money line picks for every single game. And then later in the show, we will bring you 3 locks against the spread as well. So let's take a look real quick at our record last week. And when I say real quick, I mean real quick.
I was trying to get cute last week, and it did not work out. I got to just stick to my guns, man. I'm overthinking some of these for real.
No, I feel you. Same with me. When we talked on last week's show, I was like, look, this could be a bloodbath. Like, this could come out really good or really bad. We ended up on the bad side, but we're going to keep swinging. We can't stop trying. So,
well, absolutely. Shout out to our boy Marcus, man. Looks like he had a pretty solid week, actually.
Yes.
Our boy.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Arizona.
Yeah, our brother, man, he held it down for us, so that's cool. As long as somebody on the panel is doing their thing, that's what's up.
It's all love, yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's all love.
Exactly. So, I'm gonna let you go ahead though and take the lead for this week, because your team is starting us off. So here we go with our money line picks. We got Thursday night football, the Panthers at the Bears.
Yeah, man, I got the Bears in this one. The Panthers defense was literally kind of keeps us in games. I mean, some really big pieces this week, including Brian Burns. He'll be out this game. Chicago isn't. They're not playing without their quarterback still. I thought they were going to be back, but he's not. But Chicago wants this game because as long as the Panthers have the weakest schedule, they get their first round pick. So I think Chicago really wants this game. So I'm going Chicago.
I'm going with Chicago as well. I think it's going to be a very close one, but with them being at home, I think that's going to give them the edge. And honestly, I'm hoping that my boy Cole Kmet comes through with another big game. He was a great security blanket for the Bears rookie, and I think that will kind of continue tonight. Or Thursday night. So yeah, I'm going with the Bears as well. Panthers might have gotten their only dub of the year.
Man, they like I said, they got the dub, but it didn't even look like it wasn't a solid one. You know what I mean? There was nothing there that was like, okay, cool, we can build from this. It's still a very ugly win, and then we got it beat down last week. So it might be it. That might be it.
We'll see. But Thursday night always brings us a little bit of a surprise. So we'll see how that one comes. Sunday morning, moving into Sunday morning, we're going back to Germany for the Colts at the Patriots.
Yeah, this one's really tricky too, man. I feel like the Colts have a really, really solid team. So, like, as long as the quarterback can kind of like just maintain, not make a lot of mistakes, offense can still kind of run. And the Patriots just been really struggling. Mac Jones doesn't look very good. So I think I'm going with the Colts on this. I think Colts get it done.
Man, I feel you on that. Like I do. I'm leaning. I was leaning towards Colts, but something about like them traveling, something about like Bill Belichick's like professional approach, and also people are talking about coming for his head recently. Yeah. I feel like he's gonna get like a really good performance out of his guys, especially because they'll be like isolated and far away. So yeah, I think maybe the Patriots get this one. It's gonna be definitely close, but I think the funniest thing that stood out to me with this game is like how different, right? Because these Colts Patriots used to be like the AFC Championship every year.
Yeah, for
Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, and we're so far removed from that for both of these teams. But I'm gonna go with the Patriots. I don't know why, but I think that's definitely gonna be a coin flip type of game.
I feel you. It's really tricky watching this Patriots team play after being so spoiled with them being so good the last 15, 16, 17 years, however long it's been. You know what I mean? So. It's weird. It's hard to bet against Bill Belichick, but like they just been so bad. It's a different time. It's a different time.
It definitely is. But for the spoiled Patriots fans that are out there, that are in that younger generation, you know what I'm saying? Talk to your parents, talk to your grandpops if they're still around. If you have Patriots family, history, then you should know that before Tom Brady got there, man, it was slim picking. So just be thankful for what you got. You know what I'm saying? it's hard to stay at the top like that. You know,
Facts.
leave Bill Belichick alone.
You got 6 rings out of it. Calm, you know what I'm saying?
Calm yourself.
Get it out.
All right, we got a cool AFC North battle: the Browns at the Ravens.
This one's going to be tricky. This game seems like one of those kind of trick games for me, where you're expecting Baltimore to win and probably win heavily, but the Browns defense is so good. But I'm still taking Baltimore because they're at home.
Yeah, same. I'm right there with you. Like, I think this could be a trap game. Cleveland has the defense to kind of slow them down, and they know them, right? They have the familiarity. But I just feel like the Ravens are just clicking on all cylinders right now, and the fact that they're at home, I can't bet against them in that one. So I'm going with the Ravens as well.
Definitely.
Another tricky game. We got Green Bay at Pittsburgh.
Yeah, this one's tricky for me too. Last week, Green Bay actually looked really good against the Rams, surprisingly good against the Rams. But part of it too, I think the Rams just no quarterback play at all. Like you know, what I mean, that was a tough game to come into. But Steelers at home against again a struggling Green Bay team. Aside from last week, I'm gonna take Pittsburgh.
I am as well. You know, they're a scrappy team. They're a solid team, and they continue to find ways to win. If they can get anything out of Pickens and Pickett,
yeah,
they should be, you know, a really good team, and they might make the wild card, you know, because they have the record to do it. So I'm definitely going with the Steelers at home on that one.
Yep. Another
Great matchup coming up: the 49ers at the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Man, this one's tricky for me. Like, I'm hoping that the San Francisco 49ers were able to kind of get some of their key injuries right, or, you know, over the last 3 games and the bye week last week. So I'm going San Francisco in this one, but it's really more of a hopeful as in hopefully they got things right. But Jacksonville's been working too. They've been good.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. I think the only thing that's gonna lean me San Francisco's way on this one is that they're coming off the bye week. They had that extra week to regroup and figure out how they're going to move forward. And also they added Chase Young, which I know they're going to try to get him in the fold right away.
Yeah.
Jacksonville's a very solid team, though, too. So this is going to be a great matchup. I'm just going with San Francisco to kind of eke it out. You know what I'm saying?
I see on that one. Like, this could easily be San Francisco's 4th loss, honestly. Like, Jaguars have been that good.
Definitely. So we'll see how that plays out. Next up, we got the Saints at the Vikings.
This one's tricky for me, man. I think I like the Vikings at home. I really love what Dobbs did last week. I think with another week under his belt, he'll be able to kind of play even better than what he did and build off last week. The Saints' best offensive game, I think, was last week. I think they had, or maybe the week prior to that. But they still, I think they've hit the under in almost every game they played this year. So I'm going Vikings.
Man, I'm going Saints. I'm going against you with this one. Only because I do think that Dobbs will continue to have an impact, but the Saints will be a little bit more ready for him. Yeah. And that defense is a little bit more athletic to kind of contain him. And, it's going to be hard for him to make those off-script plays, or a little bit harder against the Saints. So I feel like if their offense can do, something, they should be able to be okay in this game. And for them, both these teams are a dome team. So it's almost like playing at home. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, true. There's no real advantage here.
Exactly.
Playing it if I'm playing in Minnesota though, I'm opening the dome up. You know what I'm saying? It's a little chilly out. You know what I mean? So
true. Shake them up. Do something.
You know what I'm saying? Hell yeah, open the dome up.
Use all the elements you can.
Yeah.
All right, this will be a good one. Texans at Bengals.
Yeah, I think the Bengals are finally hitting their stride. You know what I mean? Like I said, they always start off slow, then when they pick up, they're Super Bowl contenders. You know what I mean? I think they've hit that stride. So I'm going Bengals.
Definitely going the Bengals as well. I think the Texans are having a great season. They're kind of an upstart, but I feel like this is just too tall of a task for them. I think that the Bengals will probably score a lot in this game. But it'll be a good measuring stick for the Texans, against some of those upper echelon AFC teams to see kind of where they're at and where they need to build. But I'm going Bengals at home.
And shout out to the Texans too, man. They've looked really, really good. They have a really, really young team. So they're going to continue to build that young team on the receivers, the running back, and of course, CJ Stroud, who had 490 passing yards and 5 touchdowns last week. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think it'll be a while before Ricky breaks that record again. So shout out to the kid. He did really well last week.
For sure. And still only has 1 interception on the season. So he's going to put in one of the better rookie quarterback campaigns that we've seen. Ben Roethlisberger obviously had a great year as a rookie, but it wasn't because of him, right? It's because of the team he was on.
Defense was so good. Yeah.
So I definitely think and I love their coach, man. I love D'Amico Ryans. Same. I think that they're going to be really good in the years to come.
Definitely.
All right. Another kind of physical game, the Titans at the Bucks.
Yeah, that's what's tricky for me too. We still don't know kind of I think Will Levis is the best option right now at quarterback for them, but he's only 2 games in, right? And the second one was a little trickier because of the defense that they played. So tricky game. I think I'm leaning Tampa at home on this one.
Got you. I'm actually the opposite. I feel like the Titans will build off of what Will Levis has done, even though
Yeah,
they lost that game last week. You can see that he's a baller. You can see that he's
he
kind of
is,
coming,
dog.
right?
He is.
So, and
I
like we
agree.
talked about, he reactivated DeAndre Hopkins, which was something that we weren't sure was going to happen. So,
Yeah,
another close game. I like that we're split on this one. I'm going with the Titans. Just I don't know, just by a hair. You know what I'm saying? By a small
yeah.
margin.
I feel you.
It's going to be a good one. Moving into the afternoon, we have the Lions at the Chargers.
Yeah, I'm still not completely sold on the Chargers offense. So I'm going Lions in this one. I think they're just a little bit more. I think it's just better, a little more balanced, and I think that like the Lions as a whole is going to be a little too much for the Chargers. I'm going Lions.
I agree. I'm going with the Lions in this spot as well. I feel like they've had a chance to lick their wounds from that beatdown they got from Baltimore, and I
Mm-hmm.
think they had a bye week last week too, if I'm not
Yeah, they
mistaken.
did.
So,
Yep.
I think this will be a good one for them to go out west and get a win. So I'm going with the Lions despite being on the road. Another bird battle. We got the Falcons at the Cardinals.
I don't know why, but I think the Cardinals want to win this game. I don't know why. I just have this weird feeling. So I'm going Cardinals in this one. I don't think they're going to win only one game this year. So I'm going Cardinals. I think Cardinals win this one, and a crazy upset.
That would be, I'm going with the Falcons, but I could see that happening, right? I think the Cardinals have been putting together some pretty solid performances, and they're like 70-80% of the way there, right? If they
Yeah.
can play a complete game like they did against the Cowboys, then maybe they can get that win. But, I don't know. I still also, don't think that Kyler Murray will play this week. I
True.
feel like maybe that second win comes after he gets back in the fold. So I'm
Very
going with
true.
the Falcons in this one, but I do think it's going to be a close one.
Yeah, no quote me. My mind might change when it comes to pick our picks, but yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know. It's weird feeling, man. I don't like the way the Falcons have moved so far this season. I don't like the way they're using Bijan Robinson. I don't like the way they've used Kyle Pitts in the last 3-4 seasons.
Yeah.
Drake London ain't been utilized. I don't even know how they're winning games. I think they're 4-4 right now. I think they're even or whatever. I just still have no clue how they're winning. It's weird.
I feel you because they have the weaponry, right? It's just there's just glimpses of it. So
Yeah,
maybe they put it all together a little bit more in this game, but or maybe they end up being sellers later on. But they have talent.
yeah, definitely. They have plenty of talent. Might
For
not be the
sure.
right coaching staff for them.
Yeah, I feel that. All right, next up we got the Giants at the Cowboys.
Yeah, I'm getting another beat down. I think the line opened up at like 16 and a half points, something like that, in Dallas's favor, which sometimes is a little scary because that's high for football. And they did beat them by like 40 in the first game they played them or something like that. But I'm still thinking Dallas. I think it's still another beat down.
Yeah, I agree. I think this is kind of not necessarily a get right game, but like a reestablished game for Dallas to be on that upper end. They played pretty well against the Eagles,
Yeah,
and they just couldn't get it done. I feel like this is time where they can just come out, have a good, complete game, and feel good about themselves. But the Giants are tricky because of that, NFC East rivalry because they play them twice a year.
yeah,
So definitely would take the under the Giants on the spread because I think right now, last time we looked, it's like 13.5. That's a lot.
yeah,
But I still think that the Cowboys will win kind of handily, maybe by 10. So
yeah.
next up, we have the Washington Commanders at the Seattle Seahawks.
Oh, I got Seahawks in this one. I think they definitely want to bounce back by the beat down that the Ravens gave them last week. And they're in Seattle. So yeah, I think they definitely bounce back this week. And I don't know. I hate the 6. I really love Ron Rivera, but he might be looking for another job come this week.
Yeah, I think he's gonna go back to being on the riverboat pretty soon. He's gonna be headed down river. I'm going with the Seahawks in this one as well. But man, I just need to see a little bit more out of Kenneth Walker. Last week in fantasy, I lost by 2 points, and Kenneth Walker only had 2 points for me against the Ravens. So I definitely think that they need a bounce back, man. If he could have done anything, just a catch or two, or a couple more yards, man.
Yeah,
Help
2
me
points,
out,
man. One catch for like yards would have got you that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
I feel you, man. I'm like, dang, but hopefully he can bounce back as well, the Seahawks, but definitely the Seahawks in this one. Moving into Sunday Night Football, we've got why didn't that trigger? We've got the Jets at the Raiders. Another one of those games that looked better at the beginning of the year.
Right? Exactly. I think I'm going Jets in this one. I don't know. I don't know. I think the Jets defense is going to be tricky. I like the way the Raiders kind of came together after firing their coach. But they did the same thing when Gruden got fired. They won the first game after he left, and then continued to lose after the fact, right? So, cool. They smoked cigars last week, but I think that Jets defense is going to be a little too much for them.
Yeah, I'm the same, man. And I feel like the Raiders playing at home don't really have a true home field advantage because they'll, every other team travels so well, and Vegas is such a destination.
Yep.
So I'm going with the Jets in this one, based off of the strength of the defense. But I do think that this will be kind of a close, low-scoring game.
Definitely. I'm definitely taking the under on this one if I can't decide between the team.
For sure. All right, moving into Monday Night Football, our final game of the week. We've got the Broncos at the Bills. What you got for this one?
This seems like another trap game too, man. I've been really disappointed in the way the Bills have been playing this season. Like I was thinking, like this could be a season where if they're out in the first round, like they might blow it up. You know what I mean? Truthfully, I am going to take them as I'm hoping they're trying to get right and prove me wrong. But Denver did just kind of smack the heck out of Kansas City, so we'll see if they're trying to build off that.
I know. I'm trying to figure that out. Like, was that Denver game last week like a sign of things to come, or was it just like they put it all together at once, and it kind of fell in line, right? I'm going with the Bills at home as well. I feel like this is the type of game they need to get in order to be like, hey, we're still that team. Like, we just got to figure a few things out. Like, it's okay to drop that game against Cincinnati in a sense, right? Because they're up there with you, but you can't lose. Yeah, you can't lose to the Broncos. So,
no.
All right, that's what's up. So that's our picks. I think we have 12 teams, or no, 14 games this week. So lots of fun to choose from. But we're going to go ahead and move into our second portion of the show where we'll do our bets against the spread, or our locks against the spread. But always, as we run in mind, this is not actual betting advice. This is just, two guys' opinion on the internet. So we did the money line picking who will win the game, but now we got to do the spread, which is picking with that adjusted score. So that's how that works. If your team is favored by 2.5, they have to win by 3 in order for you to cash. All right, let's move into Strizzy, your locks. Go ahead and walk them down for me.
Yes, sir. All right, yeah. So Seahawks, like I said, I think the Seahawks are going to really bounce back this past week. They're at home, and they're playing a team that's honestly like kind of in panic mode right now, right? I'm sure Ron Rivera is thinking about his job. The players are thinking about, do we have a coach who's our coach next week? And they're at home. So I like the 6, right? I like the 6 points, pretty much a touchdown. Even if they go into overtime for any reason, as long as they score a touchdown first, they get the dub. So this one was tricky too. Like I said, this could very well be kind of a bounce back game for San Francisco to kind of get things rolling again. I know they don't want to drop 4 straight, but I do think that if they were, to lose to another team, it's going to be another good team coming out of the AFC and the Jaguars. So I think that even if San Francisco wins, I think it's going to be tight, like real tight, like 1-2 points. And the Jags can actually win this game. So I like the Jags at +3.
Nice.
And then this one too. So even if this game doesn't, even if the Vikings don't win this game, I think it's still going to be really close. Like I mentioned earlier in the money line picks, the Saints over/under has gone under more times than not. So if it does go under, I'm thinking it's probably really, really close. So I like the Vikings at home at +2.5. I also think that they do have a possibility of winning this game because even though they're kind of struggling at quarterback, they have a lot of weapons to utilize. So hopefully they can get it done.
Yeah, for sure. And if you haven't seen like the locker room video after the game with Dobbs, like that was really cool, man. The love that they showed him. Hopefully, maybe they can carry that forward. So I like those a couple underdogs, and then Seattle as a solid favorite.
Yeah.
For my locks, I did cash in on one last week. I got the +2.5 for Tampa Bay. They only lost by 2, so thankful for that one to keep me on the board a little bit. My first lock is going to be the Patriots away or in Germany, right? They're technically hosting, but that's a big road trip. I just have a little bit more faith in Bill Belichick. I feel like he's going to be able to lock in, get his guys really focused, and get a solid performance out of his team enough to win and beat the Colts. The Falcons Cardinals, I feel like 1.5 is a pretty tight line because I think this is going to be a close game, but I just think they have a little bit more weaponry to use, and they should be able to win this game by at least a field goal. So I'm going with the Falcons on the road. And then the last one, the Bengals, right? We talked about this. I love what the Texans are doing, but I do think that the Bengals should win this game. I really would have preferred this at 6.5. Like if 6 or 6.5, then I'm really smashing it. But I feel like I'll take this one, potentially a push. But, I feel like the Bengals win pretty handily. So at least a touchdown I feel good with.
Yeah, I feel you on that. This could very well be a blowout. They're kind of on the Texans are kind of on their high from last week. That last he scored a touchdown of 40 something seconds, and that was a crazy drive by Stroud, but might be brought down to earth a little bit against this really really hot Bengals team right now. So I'm with you on that one for real.
Yeah. All right, so that brings us to the final portion of the show where we just always have to, for transparency's sake, throw those records up there. Marcus, after just surged ahead this week, we saw, he did the best out of the group this week, so he surged into the lead there at 83 and 53. But we're still hanging in there behind him, and we got 8 more weeks to try to run him down. And then also on our lock side, I picked up one bag. We're trying to get to that 500 spot. But we're definitely working on it. I think we're both hit a triple this week so that we can go right up with that. So that's what's up. And then lastly, if you have any final fantasy considerations, what I'm saying, I think the person that I'm playing this week has like the whole Chiefs offense. So maybe I can get me a dub while they're out. But yeah, no, it's actually not Anthony. It's not Anthony, even though he has a lot of Chiefs players as well. So
right.
But yeah, these are our teams on a bye week this week, so make sure you switch up those lineups. All right, that's what it is. We'll go ahead and leave it right there. I don't know, man. The glare got your camera, man. You went into a Jimi Hendrix Purple Haze on me.
I know. I'm like, I don't know if I accidentally clicked a
filter or something,
because it's not even the light. It's like weird. I don't know what that is. It's crazy.
I don't know, man. But you know how these streams be acting crazy, and computers are gonna do what they want, but we still see you there in the haze, and thankfully that it happened kind of towards the wrap up. So just want to do a quick shout out to our slackers out there. Kelly won the pick'em for week 9. Make sure you get your picks in for week 10 on the Yahoo. If you don't already, or if you're not already connected to the Yahoo, go to saylikeachamp.com or go to the link in our bio, and you can join in for free. And then the winner of each week gets a Super Bowl square for our big Super Bowl square competition at the end of the year. So that's what it is. We'll see you guys next time on Tuesday for episode 220 of The Big Show. And then again, right back next Thursday for Secure the Bag. But until then, it's your boy A-Dub.
Go Panthers, boy Strizzy.
Peace.
And you say the truth. They open up my eyes.